You see there, folks, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs. Kylie Kaczynski actually shooting this. We're taking her away from the editor's desk because right now, folks, it's hockey time in Pittsburgh. Thursday night, Verizon Center, Ovechkin. I know nothing else. Tell me.
We should be asking Kylie because she is the hockey fan.
Is she?
She's the resident hockey expert.
What do you think, Kylie? You can talk.
No, that's okay.
No, just talk.
No,
Go
that's
ahead.
all right.
All right, go ahead.
You do your thing.
Well, Ovechkin, he's a right-handed shot. He's pretty good. Oh, is you wanted more? It's a tough matchup. Listen, Pens have owned Washington. They've won 8 of 9 playoff series. But Washington had a tough series with Toronto. They're playing well. Their goalie, Braden Holtby, is much better than Sergei Bobrovsky. That's going to be a struggle. And they do also have some speed, Washington does. So they've got a little bit of everything. That's why they had the best record in the regular season. It's going to be a challenge, especially, you missed Chris Letang in that first series. Boy, this is that series where I really fear they're going to miss him.
Come on, Joe. Joe
Well,
Pop.
the other thing I think to add on to what Jeff said is also the fact that they haven't played in a week. I mean, Russ, if they get off to a slow start like they did against Columbus in some of those games, this team will put the puck in the net more than Columbus will.
Joe said a really neat thing, I think, that really speaks volumes. How many more opportunities are the Capitals going to get? They have to punch through. I mean, even Ovechkin getting a little long in the tooth, so it's really kind of to that point, now or never.
Well, they made the big trade with getting Shattenkirk. That was a big deal for them. They have some experience. They've got some guys that are prime time, big time goal scorers that handle pressure well. There are some cracks in their defense. I think there are opportunities to use the Penguin speed. Chris Kunitz is coming back, it looks like. Carl Hagelin may be back later in the series. I don't know. To me, this is a coin flip series for me right now.
And the other thing that's concerning me is if Fleury goes down, Tristan Jarry's back up. I don't think that's a good sign for the Penguins. They would have to go that route.
Senior producer, 93.7 The Fan. Of course, he's our sports director, Jeff Hathorn. Let's talk Pirate baseball. Ivan Nova looked good. I mean, come on, folks. 7 strikeouts, 4 hit ball over 7 innings. Even Joe Girardi had to be saying, maybe we should have hung on to him. We just need more of that from Ivan Nova.
I just turned it off after he walked the pitcher. I mean, that's slacker, man. First walk of the year against a pitcher who's never batted ever in his professional life. But no, he was outstanding. And the pitching has been really good.
Except for the startup.
Starting pitching has been really good. Their defense has been bad and their hitting has been bad. There's been a game or two where the bats have been out, but guys like Josh Harrison have just really disappointed me.
Yeah, coming in, I think everyone was concerned more about the starting pitching than the offense. I thought the offense would be okay, the starting pitching, but the offense has been The pitching has been good, but the defense, like Jeff said, has just been.
I mean, you lose Marte and you lose Gunn.
Yeah.
And those are 2 key parts of your lineup. David Freese has had a really nice start to the season, but like I said, Harrison's a guy who's not hitting. Bell has struggled to start off with. They can't find a position for Adam Frazier for some reason, even though he hits. So, and defensively, the outfield has just been bad.
I was really stoked thinking that Jabril Peppers might end up with the Steelers.
Still might.
I'd still like to see it, but what happens there?
Well, so the NFL rules are if you have a diluted sample.
What does that mean?
That means it's not clean, it's not pure.
Okay.
So because that wasn't the case, it's a failed drug test for Jabril Peppers. He says he was chugging water because he wasn't feeling well. He says he's never failed a drug test in his life.
Same thing happened to Foster from Alabama.
So here's what's tough if you're Kevin Colbert. Do you believe that? And think, he's so good, I'm going to take him anyhow? Or is the red flag so big to where you go, we're going to pass?
Or does
It's
the
a
red
tough
flag
call.
get bigger for him because of trouble they've had with some other players like Martavis Bryant, maybe on Bell? Can they afford another risk, so to speak?
All right, what about Foster, the linebacker out of Alabama? Is that the same
He'll be
thing?
gone, yeah. He'll be gone by the time the Steelers
Yeah, but I mean, that same thing happened to him, right?
Yeah, well, no, his was more, they saw
Wasn't
some
diluted.
PED in there, so, but in Peppers, they didn't. It was just a bad sample. So again, and what their mentality is, and I understand what the NFL is coming from, if it's a bad sample, that means someone is trying to mess with it. So if you mess with it at all, you fail. Try to keep people from doing it.
Too much salt against Peppers.
You're still a believer that the Cavs, it was Indiana, 33 yesterday, 106, 102. LeBron scored 33, they move on past Indiana. You still think it was just because Indiana is so bad that the Cavs are still questionable to repeat in the NBA?
I don't know if they're questionable, but Indiana's not a great team. And they were able to give them credit, man. The Cavs, maybe they're starting to find it. Maybe they kind of sleptwalked through the whole regular season, and now they're starting to turn it on. We'll see. There are some teams playing some good ball, though, in the East. Washington being one of them.
Anything?
I'm going to hang with the Cavs until they prove that.
Last thing about golf, I'm thinking about you right now. Kevin Chappell wins this thing, Valero, Texas Open. Where are all these guys that we thought were going to dominate the PGA? Are they just not playing as much? I mean, guys like Rory and all of these, Dustin Johnson. I thought their names would be in the headlines week after week, but we keep seeing these other guys that you know of but don't expect to win.
Remember, Johnson had the back injury, and he had to pull out of the Masters, so Johnson just isn't available. And it wasn't a big-time field. You're going to start seeing some big-time fields, though. Byron Nelson's coming up. The Memorial Tournament in Columbus is a couple of weeks away. And then, of course, the U.S. Open is right around the corner. So you'll start to see some of these bigger fields for some of these other tournaments.
Out of the mouths of babes, my son, who now wears, I think, a bigger shoe than you, Robbie, 15, said something to me today, and I'm going to ask you both because you're baseball lovers. Marte, this whole issue with him, performance-enhancing drugs, it's been happening time and time again. How do you not let Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and Roger Clemens into the Hall of Fame? When they were doing what they were doing, Major League Baseball loved it. What's the difference between them and now?
I'll use the adage that you heard from your parents, and I heard from mine, and you heard from yours, and Kylie heard from them. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Well, there was more than 2.
But I mean, if just because these people are cheating doesn't mean, okay, well, those guys cheated too.
But
So
if
let's
Marte
let
comes
them.
back and has a Hall of Fame career, he's in.
No.
Is he?
No.
Just because of what happened, that really basically wipes the slate clean. And there's Barry Bonds out there too.
But
Never going
I
to
don't think he was ever on track to be a Hall of Famer, Marte. I mean, he would really need to step up his game over the next 15
So you're
years.
telling me, in closing, if you get nailed, and even if you come back and have a 5 full player career, you do everything, win the Triple Crown, you still don't get in the Hall of Fame?
Depends on the situation. Like if somebody gets busted really early in their career and they're clean for 15 years and put up all these incredible numbers, they probably get in. But that's a big dilemma for Hall of Fame voters.
Jeff Hathorn, Joe Kopp, Kylie Kaczynski, and yours truly, Rob Pratt. Thank you and good night.